Becky tried to raise her hand like she was victorious on that day. Read on.
I will reveal unto them the abundance of peace.
Most High God said He's going to bring peace back to our people. That's what we are, people. We're the only nation who has no peace. Look how peaceful you are. Look how much peace you got. Even it don't matter how ugly your outfit is, you peaceful, right? The police ain't sitting on y'all necks for 9 minutes, right? Y'all ain't sitting in the projects, right? Our kids, their children ain't getting gunned down every 23 hours by the police. Read on, King. What's up, brother? Read on, brother.
And will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth.
God is going to switch everything around. Everybody who's on top right now is going to be on the bottom. Right. And everybody who's on the bottom right now is going to be on the top. Read on.
And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel.
That's the so-called blacks. That's the so-called Latinos. All of our oppression and captivity, God said He's going to end it all. Read on.
To return and will build them as at the first.
He was going to build us like we was back in the day. Like with David and Solomon, mighty. He bring our gold back. Get that wicked queen over there in England and bring our damn gold back. Read on.
And I will cleanse them.
He's going to cleanse us, right? Read on. Skip up. Oh, go ahead, read on.
From all the iniquity.
He's going to cleanse us from all our sins. That's why we're in this situation, right? Because we sinned against the Most High. Read on.
Hereby they have sinned against me.
Right. Read on.
And I will pardon all their iniquity.
Right, next verse, next verse.
9. And it shall be to me a name of joy.
And we ain't gonna be ashamed no more. We're gonna be a name of joy again. Read on.
A praise and a honor for all the nations.
Y'all know y'all Israelites? Y'all know y'all God's chosen people?
Amen.
Do you know that? I think you just blindly said amen. Like a drone. Read on.
Like a scroll.
All the nations of the earth which shall hear all the good that I do unto them.
All the nations of the earth are going to see all the good that the Creator, the Most High God, Yahweh, is going to do for us. Read on.
And they shall fear.
And they shall what?
They shall fear.
They shall fear. They're going to be so afraid because the Most High God is going to bring the blacks and Latinos and Native Americans back up on top where we're supposed to be. That's right. And bring them right back down to the bottom like they're supposed to be. It's going to make them afraid. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 30. Bring it out. But many that are first shall be last. The Most High God said, the first shall be last. Right? Read on. And the last shall be first. And who's last right now? Right? Who's last? The so-called white man, woman, and child, they're not last on the earth. Right? The so-called Arabs and Asians, they're not last on the earth. Bring it up, the blacks, the Latinos, and the Native Americans, we are last right now. The Most High God said, read that again. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 30. Bring it out. But many that are first shall be last. Oh no, many of those that are first right now, living it up, they're going to be last. They're going to be what? They're going to be last. Shall be last. The first shall be last. Read on. And the last shall be first. Yeah, take a look in the mirror. Are you first right now, or are you last? You so-called white man, woman, and child, you know damn well you're first. So you know what you got coming. Is that right, Becky? That's right. What's your name, brother? Hamilton. Oh, wow. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. What's your nationality? Huh?
I'm Yawasap and Cherokee.
Your father?
No.
What's your father?
My father mixed.
Your father, let me get Numbers 118 real quick. Let me read a scripture for you, Hamilton. Hey, they the name of that play where they put everything on in black with the black folks? All right, my friend. Everything's spiritual. Everything.
It's the book of Numbers.
That's why we ask you, King.
Chapter 1, verse 18.
These are the books of Moses.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
Read on.
And they declared their pedigree.
They declared their pedigree. What's the pedigree? Like our lineage, our ethnicity.
I go by his lineage.
Right, read on.
After their families.
After their families.
By the house of their father.
By the house of their father. So the father carries the seed.
Right.
right? You can take an apple seed, you can plant it in Manhattan, and then plant it in Nicaragua, and it's still going to be an apple tree, right? It may look a little different, but it's still an apple tree, right? Now, what we're doing is we're showing the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans on this list. That's what they call us in the world. Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. But in the Bible, they call us the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. In this Bible, it talks about how the tribe of Gad, right? How they were nice with the bow and arrow on them horses, right? Gad is Native American, right? This brother right here, this brother, the tribe of Reuben, Seminole Indians, right? That fighting tribe, right? They kept fighting, right? They never backed down, right? So you ain't mixed. There's no such thing as mixed. You are what your father is, and he is what his father is. So it doesn't matter. Nothing the mother doesn't matter. We love the mother, but the seed line comes from the father. And so your father's father's father, and that's what you are, right?
What would that be? What would that be?
Do you know, or do you need to do some digging?
I used to know. I forget what one of those. Just tell us what your father is, and we can tell you. It's Cherokee and your father is.
Okay. So you Native American. You were tribe of Gad.
Gad.
And really, we were the same tribe.
Okay.
You dig what I'm talking about?
Right.
So, but this is what they got us thinking. They got us thinking that all these people are different. This brother, if you look at him through the lives of America, they would call him Cuban. They would call him black. They would call me Native. Call him black. Call him Seminole. Right? But the truth is, we're all Israel. We're the children of Israel.
Right.
I know that.
Right. We're God's chosen people. And they've been plotting on us since back in the day. Right? Let me show you something really fast. Right? Read the book of Exodus, chapter 1. I think I want to start with verse 7. Right? You know about the story of Joseph going to Egypt? And he got thrown in the well and ended up on top of Egypt. Right?
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 7.
Oh, give me 6.
God. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 6.
Bring it up.
And Joseph died,
So Joseph died, right? You know,
and all his brethren, and all that generation.
right?
And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased
So
abundantly.
we were multiplying like we do now, right? We be popping out babies, don't we? We be popping them out, right? You know?
And multiplied. And waxed exceedingly mighty.
And we got exceedingly mighty, right? Read on.
And the land was filled with them.
We were all over the place, right? Read on.
Now there arose up a new king over
A
Egypt,
new Pharaoh rose up over Egypt.
which knew not Joseph.
Didn't care about Joseph or Joseph's God, right? Read on.
And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
They said, oh man, it's getting to be too many.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them,
Let us put a plot together against them, right? Read on.
lest they multiply.
And unless they multiply. Right. And my point is, and I think you're getting it, that this is going on now. Read on.
And it come to pass that when they're falling out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against
They was
us.
afraid we were going to conquer them in the future. Read on.
And so get them up out of the land.
Right? Get them up out of here. Read on.
Therefore they did set over them taskmasters
That's when they started enslaving us. Right? Read on.
to afflict them with their burdens.
To afflict them with burdens. They still afflicting us to this day with burdens. Read on.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities.
And we helped build treasure cities for Pharaoh, right? Which is why you go to them, you can see the Mayan pyramids and temples right now, because they know how to do that, because we learned that, we've been knowing that, right? Read on.
Pithom and Ramses.
Right?
Some of the cities.
Yeah.
Right.
But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied.
They couldn't stop us from growing, right? We were like baby kids. We didn't die, we multiplied. Read on.
And they were grieved because of the children of
And
Israel.
we were making them sick because we were still alive. And they feel like that today. They done put crack in our neighborhoods, guns in our neighborhoods, all kinds of diseases to kill us off, and we still alive. We breathing them. Read on.
And the Egyptian made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
All you blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, you guys chosen people.
That's right.
I'm telling you, you special sis. You gotta hear that. Read on.
And they made their lives bitter.
And they made our lives bitter. They still doing it. No, that's why you look at your dollar bill, you see a pyramid on that thing. Give me Revelations 11 and 8. Read this.
And made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
That's right, with hard bondage. Read on.
In mortar and in bricks.
That's right, we had to build everything. Read on.
And in all manner of service in the field.
Okay, skip on when it says the bondage. The midwives. 15.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 1 verse 15. And the kings of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives.
The Hebrew midwives. That's like the midwives are the women who help other women have babies. Exactly. Read on.
Of which the
Hey,
name
with us, King, all praise to the Most High. Read on.
of which the name of one was Shiphrah.
Right? What does Shiphrah do? Read on.
And the name of the other, Puah.
Read on.
And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman,
Right, when they have a baby, read on.
and see them upon the stool, if it be a
Because
son,
we used to have the babies on the stools, coming straight out down, and then used to be laying in the bed. It was the healthy way, drop right out that thing. Read on.
and if it be a son, then ye shall kill
And
him,
they say what?
and ye shall kill him.
So if it's a son, kill him. Right? And they do it this day in a different way. That's how they get all the fathers out the house. Locking us all up, right? Read on.
But
And
if, it,
killing us, right? In the streets. Read on.
but if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
Oh, if it's God, she can live. So you can enslave her and use her, right? Read on.
But the midwives feared the Most High,
They feared God, right? Read on.
and did not as the king.
And they didn't,
Egypt
and they
commanded
didn't
them.
do what he wanted. He was like, I mean, in a nutshell, he was like, well, why are you still going? Why you still got no boys? And they was like, look, those women, those Hebrew women are lying, meaning that when they have their babies fast, they said by the time we get there, the baby's already out. They lying to the Pharaoh. Because even though we had a wicked plot, God had a better plot, right? Read this.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8.
Bring it out.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city,
Great city, right? NYC, right? Read on.
which spiritually is called Sodom and
It's
Egypt.
spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, right? This is the book of Revelation. It says that that great city, Babylon the Great, is going to be like spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah and spiritual Eden. So it's going to be wickedness, homosexuality, and it's going to be wicked slavery and oppression, all wrapped in one big gumbo stew pot. And that's where we at right now. So, but the end days are coming, and God said that 1/3 of our people are going to wake up and remember who they are. And then let the brother go on his way. But they said that in the last days, 1/3 of us are going to wake up. 2/3 are going to die with their oppression. In nuclear warfare. Because the Bible says Russia is going to hit this place with nuclear weapons. Right. Because they love the king. They love the king's speech. They love the king's meat. They love the king's everything the king got. They love the oppressors. They trust their
Go
oppressors.
fight for them.
Right. And they'll fight for their oppressors
They wouldn't
against us.
go fight about people.
Right. And you know how many of our people was mad at Muhammad Ali because he didn't want to go fight in their war? Right. Some of us thought he was a hero, but some of our people was mad at Muhammad Ali.
But they like the system.
They love the system, and the Bible says don't be like
Long
that.
the system working for them, they can keep the rest of people drown.
Right.
They don't care about that.
Right. It ain't for you, Ishmael. You going to slavery, Ishmael. Right. You going to slavery, Islam. Right.
As long as you don't care about me.
You bugged out.
We drowning. Ain't but so much can get on the boat, and the rest ain't no room for nobody else. As long as you don't care about the rest.
Right.
That's
right.
evil.
Right, and that is evil.
That's evil.
Right, like they put the sister, and right on for the sister Carter to be getting up out the ghetto and doing big things. But she said straight up, her daughters can't listen to her music. So why is it okay for mine to listen to your horror music?
Right.
Read it. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30.
Get up.
For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
Our people hard-headed, stiff-necked, you know.
But in the land of their captivity,
In the land of our captivity, this same land, right? Read on.
they shall remember themselves.
They shall remember themselves. Our people all mixed up. Let me tell you, they think everybody who's Native American got to be light-skinned and have straight hair.
Even dog.
Right? They don't realize is that they put, and all you got to do is read a book. Right, and history tell you that they said you can go on the reservation and then you can keep your tribe.
Right.
But if you don't want to be forced on a reservation, then they got to assimilate and they're going to mark you as colored, Negro.
That's what happened.
Exactly. Exactly. So read this.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 8, verse 6.
Read it out.
For how can I endure to see the evil that shall come unto my people?
How can we just sit back and endure the evilness that happens to our people? Right? Give me your Esther 4:14. Because that's the last one for this brother. That's a good way to send this brother off. Esther 4, because he's in the spirit. You understand what's going on, and you in tune. The Most High is dealing with you. So, and you can't choose that. He chose you that way. Because we can't wake up and say, I'm going to get it today. I'm going to understand. Because a lot of our people don't get it. They don't understand. So you do. How you doing, Ken? You too, bro.
Gotta make yourself available.
Yeah, drop them cancer sticks as soon as you can, brother.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
All right, now. Okay, so read this for the brother.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 14.
Happy Sabbath, brothers.
For if thou hold together, holdest thy peace.
If you just hold your peace, you see all the evil done to your people, and you say nothing, right?
At this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place.
So God will make these prophecies happen even without us.
That's right.
If we don't stand up and do something.
Right.
But read this.
But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed.
Everything will be destroyed. All our people will still be destroyed. Read on.
And who knoweth
But who knows, right?
whether thou art come
Maybe you have come.
to the kingdom
Maybe you came to the knowledge of who you are and the truth to the kingdom. Read on.
for such a time as
For
this.
such a time as this.
Yep.
Right?
That's right.
All praise to the Most High.
Time to get it done.
You an Israelite, you God's
That's right.
chosen people.
That's
He
right.
chose you above all these other nations.
That's right.
You above all these other nations.
That's right.
Right, can I give you one more?
Wait.
Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6, Bible Shah.
I'm familiar.
This is the book of
I
Proverbs.
know.
This is the book of Proverbs while you're here right now. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24.
Bring it up.
Man's goings are of the Lord.
Man's goings are of the Lord. We in our mind, we think, oh, this is what I'm going to do today, this is where I'm going to go. Who knows? We didn't know we were going to cross paths. We don't.
How can a man then understand his own way?
How can a man understand his own way?